The US president's delivering a speech right now. All of a sudden, he spots a glint on a building several kilometers away. It turns out it's a hitman zeroing in on him through an 8-time scope, but the president doesn't bat an eye. In a split second, he figures out the sniper rifle's 3 kilometers away. When the bullet fires, he could easily dodge it. Instead, he purposely shifts a bit and gets his shoulder nicked. Why? Because he knows this'll score him some votes for his re-election bid. 2 years back, Eddie's a total loser with a so-so IQ. As a novelist, he can't write a word for months on end. Since he's broke and has no drive, his wife dumps him, and his girlfriend Lindy ditches him too. Eddie's really down in the dumps. Then one day, he runs into his brother-in-law, Vernon. Vernon sees how down and out Eddie is, and pulls out a pill and hands it over. This little pill goes for $800. Right now, humans only tap into 20% of their brain power. Pop this pill, and it's supposed to boost your brain development to 100%. How could Eddie buy into such baloney? Just then, Vernon's phone rings. It sounds like someone's hitting him up to buy some of that drug. Vernon tosses Eddie a business card and rushes off. Eddie walks along thinking, with the pill in his hand. When he reaches his building, he looks at the clear pill and thinks, I'm this down and out. What have I got to lose? He pops the pill right away. Nothing happens. Figures it's a scam. Feeling a bit down, Eddie heads upstairs to his place, and there's his landlady, waiting to chew him out. She chews out Eddie in a nasty tone for being a slacker. You're a good-for-nothing. You don't earn any money and you don't pay the rent. One more word, and I'll evict you. But all of a sudden, Eddie feels a dizzy spell. All the neural pathways in his brain light up. It's like a blind guy regaining his sight. The world around him gets brighter, and he can hear the tiniest sounds. He can even make out every single hair on the landlady's head. What's it like when your brain's maxed out at 100%? Anything Eddie's eyes land on, his brain starts analyzing it automatically. He glances at the book in the landlady's bag and immediately recalls reading it in college. He figures the landlady's into law and is stressed out because she can't get her thesis written. Drawing on the knowledge and memories in his head, he chats up the landlady, and she's instantly intrigued. Next thing you know, Eddie knocks out the landlady's thesis in just 45 minutes, and along the way, he wins her over. Back home, Eddie looks at the pigsty-like room. The now smart Eddie can't stand it. He figures out the most efficient way to clean and quickly gets the place spick and span. As soon as he plops down on the couch to rest, a rush of inspiration hits him. He starts pounding out the novel. Before, he couldn't write a word for months, but now he knocks out several chapters in under 2 hours. However, this drug isn't perfect. It has a time limit. The next morning, Eddie wakes up and his brain's back to its old foggy self. He submits his novel to a publisher. The editor scoffs. This guy, no way he wrote anything good. But guess what? As soon as he gets home, his phone's blowing up with a message from the publisher.
Eddie, I'm 40 pages further in. Okay, how did you do this? Call me the minute you get in.
Eddie's first pill pays off big time. His novel's a bestseller. Hungry for more, he tracks down Vernon using the business card. When he sees Vernon, Vernon's black and blue. I stole these pills from the company, Vernon confesses. They're not FDA approved. Code name NZT48. Eddie starts buttering Vernon up, buying him breakfast, picking up his dry cleaning. But when he gets back home, it's chaos. Vernon's been shot dead. Eddie's hands shake as he dials 911. While waiting for the cops, he calms down. Looking around at the ransacked place, it's obvious the killer was after the pills. Eddie gears up with gloves and starts searching. He turns the place upside down. The closet, the bathroom cabinet, the TV stand. Nothing. Just when he's about to give up, he checks the oven. Bingo! There's a package with a notebook and a stack of cash. These transparent pills are like magic. They can turn an average Joe into a genius, smarter than Einstein. And Eddie just hits the jackpot. He's got enough pills to last him a year. Just then, the cops show up. They haul him in for questioning, but after clearing him, they let him go. As soon as he gets home, he pops another pill. Instantly, his brain's firing on all cylinders. He looks in the mirror and sees a new man. First order of business, a makeover. He gets a sharp haircut, hits the gym, and buys some expensive suits. With his newfound edge, Eddie's on a roll. He knocks out a blockbuster novel in 4 days. The publisher's scratching his head, thinking he must have started writing it years ago. In 3 days, he's playing piano like a virtuoso. At the casino, he's using math to clean up. He listens to a few conversations and picks up a new language. Girls are falling for him left and right. And he's holding his own with the big shots. But after a month, Eddie's hungry for more. Eddie, the once loser, now has his sights set on the White House. But to run for president, he needs cash, lots of it. He can't keep hitting the casino. That's a one-way ticket to getting caught. So he turns to the stock market. In just 2 days, he turns $800 into $9,500 in a bear market. But that's too slow for him. He borrows $100,000 from a loan shark and lands a job at a securities firm. A week later, his net worth skyrockets to $2 million. He's the new king of Wall Street. And guess who's back in his life? His ex-girlfriend, Lindy. The bigwig on Wall Street is taking notice. Van Loon invite him to a meeting. His financial insights blow his mind. "I'm looking to buy up all the energy companies," Van Loon shot says. "There's just one company, Wan Long, that's giving me trouble. I want you to handle it. Pull it off, and you'll be set for life." But what Van Loon don't know is that Eddie's playing the long game. He's using them as a stepping stone to the presidency. Just when things seem to be going his way, he stumbles upon something that could shatter his dreams. Out of the blue, Eddie clocks that he's stumbled over 10 miles while zonked out. His memories are all over the place. One second he's knocking back drinks at a bar. The next, he's rubbing shoulders with art enthusiasts at an exhibition. 1 minute, he's sweating it out with a top-notch model. And the next, he's duking it out with street thugs. But hold on, he doesn't know the first thing about fighting. All of a sudden, a TV show he once saw flashes through his mind.
He used the fish hook action to get inside the mouth. Attack the sensitive areas.
Your opponent and then using his momentum and down.
Eddie crashes like a sack of potatoes that night. When he wakes up the following day, there's a voicemail from the model on his phone. His knuckles are all banged up too, no doubt about it. Those crazy fragmented memories from yesterday actually happened. Eddie finally twigs that the pills are bad news. They're not only wiping out his memory, but also slowly robbing him of control over his body. He makes up his mind to kick the pill habit, but then, the merger files Van Loon sent are like Greek to him. Without the pill's boost, he can't make heads or tails of them. Just then, he catches a news report on TV. The model he worked out with yesterday has been found murdered in a hotel. Eddie's panicking. Did he do it? Determined to get to the bottom of the pill's side effects, he reaches out to his ex-wife, Vernon's sister. After meeting up, he digs out Vernon's client ledger and starts dialing. These pills are like magic. They can turn an average Joe into a genius. But here's the catch. Most of the people who took them either ended up 6 feet under or vegetating in a hospital bed. Eddie's blood runs cold. Is he next? With a shaky hand, he dials the last number on the list. The moment Eddie lays eyes on the old guy, it clicks. This dude has popped up twice in his hazy memories. Right after Vernon's death, Eddie saw him outside the police station. And yesterday, he was lurking around the hotel where the model was killed. What's more, he was one of Vernon's clients. Eddie's gut tells him this guy thinks he's got pills and is ready to kill for them. Eddie bolts, managing to shake the old guy off. He jumps into a cab and heads to the meeting spot with his ex-wife. When he sees her, he's shocked. The woman he once knew is now a shadow of herself. Old, haggard, and worn out. Turns out, she took the pills too. Once she realized the side effects, she tried to quit. But as soon as she stopped, she was hit with crippling headaches, vomiting, and brain fog. Before they part ways, she gives Eddie a warning. No one takes these pills and walks away unscathed. You can't just stop cold turkey, you'll drop dead. You've got to taper off gradually. Scared out of his wits, Eddie watches his ex-wife leave. Then, he pulls out a pill and stares at it. Suddenly, a goon jumps out and grabs Eddie. The goon's there to collect on the loan shark debt Eddie's been dodging. The goon spots the pill in Eddie's hand. He snatches it and swallows it whole. Eddie coughs up the principal and interest, and the goon finally leaves. But Eddie knows he'll be back. Without the pill's kick, Eddie starts to feel like crap. His head's spinning and he's running out of steam. Luckily, Lindy's office is nearby. By the time he stumbles in, he's on his last legs. He spills the beans about the pills and tells her there's a stash at her place. Lindy rushes home and finds half a pack of pills. But as she's leaving, she realizes she's being tailed by that same old guy. She takes off running, and he's hot on her heels. Spotting 2 passers-by up ahead, she screams for help.
This man's chasing me. Please.
Yo, buddy, let's leave her alone. Are you deaf? I said leave her alone.
It's crystal clear. This old guy is a hitman. On Eddie's instructions, Lindy pops a pill. In a matter of seconds, her brain is firing on all cylinders. She sizes up the situation and plots the perfect escape route. Gone is her usual panic. She scales a fence like a pro and ducks into an ice rink. Just as the hitman's about to grab her, she scoops up a little girl and slashes at him with an ice skate. She manages to get away. She rushes back to Eddie and gives him a pill. Eddie's back in the game. Eddie figures Lindy will be hooked, but to his surprise, she's not. After experiencing the pill's power, she breaks up with him. I came back because I thought you'd changed, but this isn't you. You're just a puppet controlled by those pills. Eddie tries to convince her to stay, but she's having none of it. Come back when you're clean. For Eddie, who's already addicted, quitting the pills is going to be an uphill battle. Pop one of these pills, and your brain's unlocked to 100%. Head to the casino, and in no time, you'll be rolling in cash. Right after Lindy leaves, the goon's back, demanding more pills. The effect of his first pill has worn off and he's jonesing for more. Eddie hands over a few pills to get rid of him. Eddie realizes he's running out of pills fast. Plus, the hitman and the goon are breathing down his neck. So, he hires 2 muscle-bound bodyguards. Using his pill-induced smarts, he seals the merger deal for Van Loon and pockets a cool $40 million. He splashes out on a state-of-the-art penthouse. The place is like a fortress, steel doors, airtight locks, and 24/7 surveillance. Eddie's living large in the financial world, making money hand over fist. Van Loon's starting to feel the heat. He knows Eddie's too ambitious to stay under his thumb, but Van Loon's got it all wrong. Eddie's sights are set much higher. He's gunning for the White House. A year later, Eddie's made the leap from Wall Street to Capitol Hill. He's now a hot-ticket senator. And guess who shows up at his door? Van Loon. Van Loon cuts right to the chase and exposes Eddie's secret.
I think we both know where it's headed, if you can maintain.
It's all thanks to these pills. With them, anyone can even become the president. Turns out, Van Loon's bought out the pill-making company. He knows the pills are banned because of their nasty side effects, but he's willing to turn a blind eye if it means controlling Eddie. Van Loon's smirking, thinking he's got Eddie cornered. Think it over. Work for me. But as Eddie's about to get in his car, he turns around.
That van's gonna rear end that taxi. What? Going 30 miles an hour, he's 60 feet to stop, he doesn't have room. What? I see everything, Carl. How do you know you're gonna be alive this time next year?
What are you doing?
Something's pumping half mass in there. Walls of your heart are dilated. But you already knew that. You know, you should really be glad about this. Me working for you, you'd end up as my bitch.
Keep in mind, even though Eddie's brain got super smart after taking those pills before, it wasn't this insanely brilliant. Here's the thing. After making his fortune, Eddie bought a biotech firm and dedicated himself to improving the pills. His team managed to create a new version, one that supercharges the brain without any side effects, and you only need to take it once. Now that Eddie's off the old pills, Lindy's back in his life. One day, they head to a Chinese restaurant. Eddie tries to show off his Chinese.
大大面两个主要兵请从小龙虾。
我一定会保护你的衣服。
我当然做啊。
Even with a super brain, Chinese is a tough nut to crack. This is the 2011 movie Limitless. At the start, Vernon told Eddie, these pills work best on smart people. And it's true, everyone reacts differently. Some people's brains might only unlock 30% or 40%. The original company tried to perfect the pills but failed. The bigwigs decided the risks outweighed the rewards and pulled the plug. But Eddie's the exception. His brain reached 100% and he used his smarts to finally crack the code. If you dig this video, smash that like button and subscribe. See you next time.